Well, we're talking football, and there have been a few changes here in the offseason. Since the last time we saw the Irish 4 months ago, transfer quarterback Riley Leonard will not be playing in today's game. He's still recovering, Allison, from that second injury, that ankle surgery to his ankle, but he's been back to practice earlier than expected and going through light workouts with the team, and he says it's because of a specific brace he's wearing on that ankle.
Yeah, that's right. And a few years ago, a Notre Dame athletic trainer got creative to help manage injuries for these football players that they were dealing with. And the TayCo brace started as a quick fix on the sideline, but now it's revolutionizing sports medicine. And not just here in South Bend, but at top collegiate and professional programs around the country. Typically, if you see Notre Dame athletic trainer Mike Bean during the game, it's not a good thing. Mike started out as an intern in 1990 and has been part of the Irish staff for more than 30 years. He's worked with a lot of athletes and seen a lot of injuries.
Be able to safely put a guy back on the field in a quick manner. That's always the thing in a game day situation, is how quick can you get them back.
Ankle injuries are among the top 5 most common in the sport. And according to an NCAA study, football players are nearly 7 times more likely to be injured during a game than in practice. So Mike started brainstorming.
There was always a lot of different ankle braces you could wear that would go inside the shoe. And they served a purpose and they worked, but they weren't always very comfortable. You either had to go to a bigger size shoe or you had to modify your shoe you're wearing.
And came up with the TayCo brace. The TayCo brace fits on the outside of the shoe, so the athlete can wear his or her normal cleat.
For a guy who's, needs his speed, he needs to be able to cut, how important is feel for an athlete?
How it fits and how it feels. The athletes are so concerned about, their function, and as rightly so, whether they have the injury or not. So anytime you have to put something on, a brace on something, first thing I want to know is, all right, well, can I still do my job? And with the makeup of this particular brace, they can do their job. So they're able to put their foot in the ground and plant. It's not rigid like a cast.
Mike took his idea to longtime Notre Dame and local orthopedic doctor Fred Furlick, and the two went to Notre Dame's Idea Center, where the dream became a reality. Mike introduced the TayCo brace during the 2013 season, and countless Irish athletes across all Notre Dame sports have worn it since, like Notre Dame All-American offensive lineman Joe Alt, a projected first-round pick at this year's NFL Draft.
During my sophomore year of college, I had a wrist and an ankle injury, and the TayCo wrist and ankle brace allowed me to not miss a snap and play the rest of the season.
The entire brace is manufactured right here in South Bend at Midwest Orthotics. Right now, 5 Irish student athletes are using the TayCo brace, including Notre Dame quarterback Riley Leonard.
The brace has been super impactful for me. There's no concern to me walking to class and tweaking my ankle because this has protection. And then even at practice, I'm able to do 3-step drops, able to do pretty much all the QB drills that the other guys are doing. So, thank goodness for this brace. It's saved me a lot of boot time.
The ability to return to practice gives Leonard the opportunity to continue learning the new Irish offense and develop chemistry with his teammates.
This was his idea, and he was going to challenge himself to have 100% focus on every rep. So he had the headset on, he knew every call that was going in, and he went and stepped through every single one. And so that's who he's been. He's actually practicing a little bit more now, doing some 7-on-7, some other things.
The TayCo brace is now used in all sports at Notre Dame, from lacrosse to basketball, and it's no longer South Bend's best-kept secret. 68 FBS Division I universities are now using the TayCo brace, including Alabama, Clemson, LSU, and Michigan, the reigning national champions. Even opponents of the Irish have bought in, like Texas A&M, Florida State, and Purdue. In fact, the Boilermakers are using it preventatively, outfitting the entire offensive line. And it's not only college teams. 15 NFL teams, including 5-time Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots.
Could you have ever imagined in 1990 when you arrive as an intern at Notre Dame that someday while here, you would create something that's really revolutionizing sports medicine.
No idea whatsoever. It has been kind of mind-blowing. I just, it was kind of from where the inception was to where it is today. Proof's in the performance. So we've had really good success with guys liking it. We've even had guys come in and say, hey, can I wear the TayCo today? My ankle's not feeling very good. So those are the kind of things that make you feel good.
Now, when we first did the story on the TayCo brace back in 2018, there were 41 FBS teams that were using it. Now that number has grown to 68. And back then, I believe there was 7 NFL teams. Now there's 15, doubling their number. And now they've broken into the NBA with 5 NBA teams and even 1 MLB team, the Baltimore Orioles. So it just continues to grow and grow.
Well, and it's not just for athletes, Allison. It can be worn with the outside of the steel-toed boots to help skilled laborers get back to work. And the company is developing a brace with the U.S. Air Force for paratroopers to jump out of airplanes with it, so all facets of life.
It's really interesting, and it gets people back to work, whatever your work may be. Now, you may be wondering how I came up with the name TayCo. It's simple. He tells me that was the easiest part. He just looked to his daughters, Taylor and Courtney, and his wife, Colleen, for inspiration. TayCo.
TayCo brace.